Today I'm going to make my attempt at the viral Caprese folded pizza sandwich. I'm going to start with some Aldi pizza dough here. You can find this pizza dough at Aldi in the refrigerated section. It's already thawed out. It's the perfect size dough ball for one big pizza. This dough ball only costs about $1 at Aldi, so I like to use it. And I have found that it's one of the better pizza doughs that you can buy at the grocery store as far as how well it rises and how well it actually stretches and things like that. So I'm going to take this pizza dough and I'm just going to roll it out in some semolina flour. I made sure that I have some semolina on all sides of the pizza dough so it didn't stick. I'm also using one of these silicone dough mats to kind of help me guide how big I want this. What I have found with this Aldi pizza dough is that it actually puffs up quite a bit. It gets pretty puffy and thick when it cooks, so I'm not being too shy with how thin I'm making it here. Then, because it does puff up the way it does, I'm going to go ahead and poke this all over with a fork, mainly to try to eliminate any air bubbles, because when it does puff up when it cooks, I have found that some big air bubbles can form, and I don't want that, so I'm going to poke it all over real good with this fork just to make sure none of those air bubbles form while it's cooking. Once I have this poked over real good, especially on the edges there, I'm going to take some olive oil. I'm using a higher quality olive oil here, and I'm just going to drizzle a hefty amount of that on 1/2 of this pizza dough. I'm going to use a spoon to kind of coat 1/2 of the pizza dough here with this olive oil. This is going to help prevent the pizza dough from sticking, because we're going to fold this in half, as you're going to see right here, and we're going to cook it folded like this, and the oil keeps the two halves from sticking together when they cook. I'm also going to coat the top of it with some oil just to kind of help get a little bit of a crust on it while it cooks. And I'm going to use that oil as kind of like a glue for some Tudo Italiano seasoning. I'll sprinkle a generous amount of that right here on top. So now this is ready to go in the pizza oven. So I have my pizza oven preheated. I got it all the way hot, and then I turned it down to low because I don't want to overcook this dough. So I'm going to coat my pizza peel with a little bit more semolina flour, put my pizza dough right there on the pizza peel, and then I'm going to launch this right into the pizza oven. You're going to want to keep an eye on this. You don't want it to overcook in the pizza oven. In fact, we're going to pull it out just a little undercooked. While that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and take a fresh tomato here, and I'm going to cut it into slices. We're going to use these slices in our sandwich once that dough is ready and done cooking. So like I said, we're going to pull this pizza dough out a little early. We don't want it all the way cooked through because we are going to put it back in the pizza oven here in just a minute. So you can see it's a little undercooked, and that's okay. Just started to turn brown. And we're going to open that up, and now we're going to build our sandwich inside here. And so we're going to start with a nice layer of pesto, and I got this jar of pesto also from Aldi. Aldi's a great place to get some cheap ingredients. This jar of pesto is just over $2 at Aldi. So I'm going to spread that, use a spoon to spread that all around on both sides of this pizza dough. Just a nice thin layer. Then I'm using some fresh mozzarella. I'm using this packaged fresh mozzarella that's already pre-sliced, so I'm going to take those slices and spread those all over on 1/2 of my dough here. We're going to make sure that we coat all parts of this dough with that fresh mozzarella slices. Then right on top of that mozzarella, we're going to layer our tomato slices. Again, making sure to kind of cover 1/2 of our pizza dough here. Then I might as well sprinkle a little bit more of that Tudo Italiano seasoning right on top. And then we're going to close this up and put it back in the pizza oven. Remember, this dough is not all the way cooked, so we want it to cook the rest of the way through. We also want that cheese to melt and that pesto to get nice and warm. And so we're gonna let that cook for just a few more minutes in the pizza oven, keeping a close eye on it so it doesn't overcook. Now when you see the crust starting to turn a darker brown like this, and you start to notice that that cheese is starting to melt, then you know you're probably about ready to pull it out and finish building your sandwich. So now that everything is melted and the dough is cooked all the way, we're going to open this right up. And the next thing we're going to do is add a generous amount of this balsamic glaze all over our tomatoes. This balsamic glaze is going to add a nice amount of sweetness to the sandwich, which is going to go really nicely with the freshness of that pesto and those tomatoes. We need a little bit of fresh vegetables on here, so I'm going to go with some good old arugula. We're going to pile this high right on top of all of those tomatoes and balsamic glaze. And then we're going to close it back up, and there you have it. We have a Caprese folded pizza sandwich made with a pizza dough from Aldi, pesto from Aldi. This is so good, y'all. You have to give it a try. I know it's pretty popular right now. It's on a lot of different social media things. I see a lot of people making this. So go give it a shot. What kinds of sandwiches have you made with this folded pizza dough? Let me know in the comments. Till next time, thanks for watching.